Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, here for a prime time matchup here at the Dragon's Lair. Tim Toon Jr. here with Mark Winkle. We got the Dundalk Lions, 6-2, going coming up against here the Howard Community College Dragons at 5-4, both undefeated here in region play. Big match.
Yeah, I mean, this is about as good as you're going to get for an early season matchup between two of the top teams in the region this year. You've got a CCBC Dundalk team that lost their first two games of the year, two really tough opponents, and then they have rattled off six straight wins since then, including their last one, which was against a Potomac State team on the road that many coaches in the region thought was going to be the top team in the region this year. So for Dundalk to go to Potomac State and win that game, a huge performance from them. They're coming in feeling great, thinking that they can now knock off the three-time reigning champions of the region.
It's a solid Dundalk team the last couple of years. 2 years ago, they went 20-12, had the 3 seed, hosted the playoff game against Frederick. They won that one. Went on to lose in the next round, the semifinals, I believe, against Catonsville. And then just last year, they came in, played a great game here in this very arena in the Region 20 tournament against Montgomery College. Faltered at the end and had a tough loss, but looking to turn around this year with a great start after the first 2 losses. They've rattled off 6 straight, and really a new cast of characters this year, including Victor Easy, who put up 26 in his last game and one of the main players to look forward to in this Lions team.
Yeah, Victor Easy. He's the kind of player where as soon as he touches the ball, get your popcorn out because he's ready to put on a show.
Yeah.
26 points, like you said, 10 of 19 shooting from the floor, 4 of 9 3-pointers. For me, you watch his game and he gives off a little bit of a Kevin Durant vibe. He can score at every level on the basketball court. He can drive on you. He can pull up for a jumper. He can hit the threes. He's athletic. He's big. He's sitting at 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
He's got everything you want out of that kind of combo guard wing player where he can just score anytime he gets the ball. But also, he's surrounded by some players that can also play.
Certainly.
For Dundalk, they've got two main parts to their offense. Number one, they love to drive. They love to try to take on their matchups and get into the lane and therefore either be able to get to the rim or have that opportunity to kick out because they've got some very capable shooters. They love to shoot 3-pointers, and they do so very well. Look for Dundalk to want to do those two things to try to break down this Howard team.
Look to bring a lot of energy. One of the returning players from this last year is Alex Obasi, number 4. So he's another guy that is one of the senior players on this team that they've rallied around, as well as some of the newcomers, bringing in some new faces. On the other end, talking about Howard, looking to see what they can do. It's a great performance by Matt Dalton. Really was flexing in the game on Saturday.
Yeah, for Howard, it's a different story where you're going to have not necessarily the star players. You do have Sincere Barfield, who is a bucket anytime he's got the ball, and there's no question about that. But for Howard, it's a lot more spread out. It's about who's going to step up on any given moment, who's going to step up in this game, who's going to take their next couple minutes there on the court and really try to run with it. And you have to play composed defensively and offensively. Dundalk is going to want to push the pressure. They're going to want to push the pace. If you're Howard, you can't give in to that. You play your game, work through your offense. Dundalk is susceptible to some fast break opportunities defensively, so look for those occasionally if you're Howard. But in general, just go through the offense and play your game, and hopefully that zone defense that Howard loves to play will give Dundalk a little bit of trouble because what we saw against Potomac State, that Potomac State ran man-to-man the whole time, and Dundalk just ran through them.
And we got the introductions coming up here. We'll be right back after the introductions. Back here set for the tip. Dundalk in the black and red. Howard in the white and gold. And we're tipped off and starting off here at the Dragons' lair. Dundalk starting off with the basketball. At the point is Simmons, guarded by Bell. Now screen set by VFR over to Victor Easy, guarded by McDuffie. Drives to his left, stops, step back. Shots long. Last touched by Harville.
And right away you see Dundalk trying to get the ball to Easy and just letting him go to work.
Simmons will inbound under the basket. Over to VFR. He drives strong to his right. Harville giving chase. Shot off. Harville rebound. Great defensive possession.
It was indeed. And this is a Dundalk team that's really good on the boards, especially they attack offensive glass. So good job by Harville to go up and get that one. He'll have to do that a lot tonight.
Harville with the basketball. Swings it over to Thompson. Drives. Kicks it out. McDuffie. Drives inside under the basket by a host of lines. Blocked. Harville cleans up the mess for the first two of the ball game.
Great defense by Dundalk. They stayed home and they were able to get the block off on the first shot, but that was just Harville, right place, right time, able to put it in.
2-3 zone here for the Dragons. VFR at the top of the key. Swings it over to Simmons with 12 on the shot clock. In the corner, Easy. Finds Kaji at the bottom of the basket. Randolph picks up his dribble. Shot clock at 4. Simmons for 3. In and out. Hindman with the rebound.
And that's a great defensive stand for the Dragons. That shows you how effective their zone defense can be. Dundalk really didn't have any good looks until the last couple of seconds of the shot clock. It was a good then 3-point attempt there, but still, Dragons showing that zone defense can be a problem.
Juan Bell drawing to the defense there, and quick pass. Harville's not ready for it. A turnover there. That first substitution of the ball game. Number 4, Alex Obasi, the lone salt returning player for this Lions squad.
And interesting for Dundalk, they're immediately going to a smaller lineup just a couple minutes into this game.
Randolph has it to his right. Over to Obasi. Slings it over to Easy. In the paint, Obasi guarded by Harville. To his right. Dribble. Easy. Can't handle it. Gets it back though with 10 on the shot clock. No room for the Lions to operate. In and out. Tough look there for Obasi. Kaji with a fortuitous rebound and draws the foul.
And that's a rebound Miles McDuffie has to have. He had it right in front of him, was uncontested, and just slapped it around. But again, you see 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Dundalk never got anywhere near the rim and just had to force up a shot. They still got the ball back, but clearly, obviously coming into this game, they knew that Howard has the zone defense. They had to be prepared for it.
And there was another good look there for the Lions. They just can't convert. As Bell brings it up. Floor general for the Dragons over to McDuffie, to Hindman. And a back cut to Bell. What a play and what a score.
That's a great look from Hyman. Was able to pass it, but it was the fact that Dundalk defensively had some backs turned to the ball as they were trying to chase the runner and didn't even see the ball coming through on the nice pass.
17:09 in the first half. Easy. Float game is strong with the left hand. He's on the board in the first two for the Lions.
That's a beautiful move by Easy. As we talked about last game, the fact that the middle of that 2-3 zone comes up anytime the ball is grabbed in the middle. So that one thing you can do is, as soon as you catch in the middle, make a quick move around. You can get to the bucket.
Duffy drives through a host of Lions. Misses the shot. Obasi rebound. Simmons brings it up. They're looking to run. Obasi, Simmons.
And this is going to be the tough part for Dundalk. They, like you said, they want to run. They want to protect the tempo. But Howard does such a good job of just slowing this game down.
Randolph out to Simmons. Simmons drives to his left. Back to his right. Three ball for Randolph. Misses. Kaji gets the rebound and kicks it back out to Simmons.
There's the offensive glass we were talking about. That was one where Harville was in a position but didn't make the play.
Simmons picks up his dribble. 10 on the shot clock. Over to Easy. And gets a little slap on the wrist. I think that's going to be on Miles McDuffie.
Watching the replay here, Harville, as soon as he catches the ball, made a nice little pump fake, and it looked like it caught McDuffie off guard, and he was beat on that play. There's no doubt about it, and McDuffie was almost forced to foul there just to make sure that Easy didn't get to the rim.
That foul, Victor Easy will head to the line the first time tonight. Looking to tie this game all square at 4.
73% free throw shooter on the year, so these should be pretty easy for him.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
No jinx, so we're good. We're in the clear. We're in the clear, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, just looking at his shooting percentages all the way across the board. 48 from the field, 40% from three-point range, 73% from free throw. I mean, those are great numbers to have for any player at any level.
The straw that stirs the drink and scored in just about all the categories. Juan Bell, wide open cut and scores for 2.
And again, we see a guard getting it done in the paint for the Dragons. I mentioned before that early substitution for the Lions, they went with a smaller lineup and trying to match the Dragons with the personnel. And right now, Juan Bell getting in the paint, getting some baskets.
And Tyler Baldwin just subbed into the game, number 3 for the Lions. Simmons, Easy, Kaji with the matchup, and he bounces it off his foot. Oh, never mind.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think you might have had it right the first time.
Closer than the experts think. And after a frenetic 5 minutes, Howard is holding a 6-3 lead as we got here on the replay. Let's get a closer look here. I'm sorry, I know this is the cut play by Juan Bell.
Just look how that beautiful cut by Bell, perfectly timed, and Heineman saw it coming and found it on the money.
And with that, we're going to take a break here. 6-3, tight battle, advantage Howard. Back here on the floor after the timeout. Dundalk has it with 6 on the shot clock. Ball will inbound. And out to Villafara. Shot clock at 4. And he couldn't grab it, and he traveled there. Tough spot for their Lions.
Yeah, I have to wonder if they even knew about the shot clock there, because throwing it out to the top of the key like that with 4 seconds left on the shot clock, that was going to put him in a tough spot even if he didn't travel.
And got a substitution in here for the Dragons, number 12, Tajir Webster on the floor for the first time. As Thompson, McDuffie, stroke is good.
And that's what McDuffie does so well. He loves getting this ball in that spot right there, because he can pull up, hit those mid-range jumpers, or he can make a little move and get to the rim. That is his spot.
He lives right around that free throw line area, indeed. Obasi, Easy, Baldwin for 3. Misses. Webster with the rebound. Here come the Dragons.
And Webster's going to give you a different look for the Dragons that we didn't see originally. He's a little bit of a different player from Harville. He's got a little bit more muscle. He'll play a little bit tougher than Harville, who's just got that massive wingspan.
Hyman for 3. He cashes in. Just as we called him last Saturday from Australia, hits the 3. Big shot.
Yeah, it was. And that was a contested 3, too. He had Ian right in his face. That was, I believe, Baldwin that came out on him, and he still knocked it down.
And now Simmons misses everything from downtown. Trying to answer right back. As after that 3, the Dragons' lead is expanded to 8 points.
That's what we were talking about early game is for Dundalk. They love the high tempo, and right now with the Dragons, it seems like the game is being played Howard's way right now. It's advantage Howard at right now. If they keep this way pace for Dundalk, you just can't lose your patience because you still have to try to get out there and play your game as well.
And when you give them plays like that, a quick score there by Webster is now a double-digit lead. Howard up 10.
And for the Lions, you just can't keep giving up those easy layups. That's, 3-4 layups right there, right in their face that they just have to play better defense underneath, especially off the ball.
Randolph passes over to Richard Hall, just subbed in, number 13. He drives, he kicks it out to Baldwin. Shot clock at 4, drives, nice bounce pass. Kaji up and under, and gets 2.
And that is Dundalk basketball at its finest. Getting that dribble penetration to open up plays for your teammates. Very well done there by Baldwin.
And a little change of philosophy, bringing out a little bit of a press, trying to stifle this Dragons attack. And it's what they do just there, causing a turnover.
It was, but I have to wonder, the ball looked like it hadn't bounced out quite yet, and I believe that was the Dundalk player. I'm not sure who that is down there underneath the basket. It looked like he might have caught the ball while standing out of bounds. There you go, number 10. That was Burhane. Yeah, that's a tough call from the referee because you got to not only watch the feet, where the ball hits and all that, but you also have to keep an eye on the rest of the court. So it's not easy. That's why there's 3 referees out there to help each other out, but...
A couple substitutions. We got Bennett in there, number 23 for the Lions. And he comes in for 3. Misses long. McDuffie rebounds.
That's a good look for the Lions. That's a wide open corner 3. They'll take that all day long.
Bell brings it up with 12:50 left in the first half. Burhan guarding Thompson. McDuffie being guarded by Randolph. There's a switch to Bennett. Drives his right hand, goes up and draws the foul. He's going to the line for 2.
That's just McDuffie's playing big boy basketball right there, coming off the screen. He's got multiple black shirts right in front of him. He made the decision, I'm going to go to the rim. Nothing's going to stop me, and he did it, and he got to the free throw line. Again, like we talked about last game, it's just the fact that he falls towards the basket. He attacks towards the rim rather than trying to fade away there, and that's what's going to get you the call more often than not.
Yeah, first one's good. Making his way onto the floor for the Dragons is Sid Garfield coming in for Evan Thompson. And back onto the floor for the Lions is Easy and Simmons.
And what a luxury for the Dragons to just bring a 15-point per game scorer off the bench and just be like, okay, now we're ready for you to come in.
2 for 2 on the trip there for McDuffie. Sits at 4 points now. As it is back to a 10-point lead for the Dragons up on Dundalk. Randolph guarded by Bell over to Baldwin. There's a spot in the zone. Easy rises. Difficult shot in and out. Tipped up. Rebound Hyman. And Baldwin in there for the jump ball. And it's going to go to the Dragons.
Once again, the Lions just trying to find any way to get Easy the ball. He did a good job of sitting in the soft spot in the zone. Might have been a little off balance. Like you said, it was a little bit of a hard shot. He might have been able to find himself a better look. But, again, when you have the ability that Easy does, you pretty much just trust him. You know what? Go get the shot that you want and go try to get us some points.
That's right. There's a trap there by the Lions. Broken and subbed in. Don't access denied by Kaji.
That's just a beautifully well-timed jump there to block that shot away.
Baldwin, float game is strong. What a nice touch. A little backspin on that one.
And that was defense to offense. The block turned into a transition where the Dragons were not able to get defensively set. And Dundalk took advantage. And now, what do we have here? We have the pace picking up a little bit.
Sir.
Now it's shifting the last couple minutes towards Dundalk basketball, and you're seeing the score close a little bit.
And that's a tough one there as a Blonde Bell with the turnover. And a quick timeout here is the Dragons looking to regroup. A little bit of a momentum change here for the Lions. 11:53 left here in the first half. Dundalk starting to chip into this Dragons lead. Baldwin swings it over to Hall. 2-3 zone, Easy working it by the foul line. Baldwin drives to his left. Nice pass, Kaji, up and under. Nice touch by the big fella on both ends of the floor.
What a play, though, by Baldwin. He cut inside, and he faked the kick out to the outside because he had a wide-open three-pointer, opened up the defense to be able to just pass it underneath and get the layup instead.
Now just a 3-possession game. Dragons up 6. Barfield. Shot clock at 10. Dalton out on the right wing. Long pass deflected. Last touched by the Dragons as Harville subs back in for Hindman.
Dundalk's not going to surprise you much on defense. You know what they're going to give you. Maybe they're going to mix in some full court press, but for the most part, it's just straight up man-to-man defense. But what they do is they play high pressure on that man-to-man. So what that does is, if you're Howard, the point guard there was just looking for somebody to pass to and couldn't find anybody because of how closely those Dundalk players were playing. Howard's got to find a way to get some better off-ball movement to get those open passes again.
Baldwin has it. Over to Richard Hall. The lefty swings it over to Easy. Easy back out to Simmons. Defense collapses in. Simmons loses it, gets it back. Shot clock at 11. And a kick ball. Going to stay here with the Lions. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Simmons inbounding it over the basket out to Easy. Out by Thompson over to Baldwin. Easy sitting in the middle of that zone. Kaji in the deep corner. Goes under, spins, turns, kicks it out. Simmons in rhythm for 3. Misses, holds, skies for the board. Shot erased by Cedric Harville. Not the oval popcorn. Cedric Harville, as we see here on the replay. Look at the erase.
And that was a nice job by Hall at being able to go up and get the offensive rebound. But, yeah, going up with that with Harville right in your face. Probably an ill-advised idea right there.
Baldwin. Over to Easy. At the foul line. Kicks out of the right over wide open Richard Hall. Shot is off target. Missed. Barfield doesn't have numbers. Euro steps. And looks like the shot might have been partially blocked. So it's going to stay here with the Dragons.
Now, an interesting call there because the shot went up and it hit the rim.
Yeah.
And then it was blocked away. So the Howard coaching staff asking for a goaltending, but I don't believe that's the correct because it actually stayed below the rim the whole time. The referee did a good job there calling exactly what they did.
Dalton flashes over to the right. Thompson, screened by Webster. Denied in the post there by Hall. He catches it and can't finish. Kaji with the rebound. Out to Simmons. Easy in rhythm for 3. And he cashes in. Victor Easy. And just in the blink of an eye, the Lions are down 3. A little bit of disarray here for the Dragons.
Again, we talk about the tempo, the speed of Dundalk, how quickly they transition. As we see here, we're going to see the block again. That's a beautiful block. I don't blame our replay guys. We're going to get slow motion. Love that.
I think there's some popcorn kernels out there for me.
But yeah, for Victor Easy, he did such a good job of rushing down the court, getting to his spot, getting settled in so that when the pass came to him, it was just an easy catch and shoot to be able to put it in. Really well done on the transition by Dundalk there. And for Howard, they're in a scoring drought right now. It was 15-5, I believe.
Yeah, it's a lot of empty trips, a couple of turnovers, and it's been quite a run here for Dundalk. Thompson off the inbound over to Bell. Winds back into that half-court trap. Barfield pressing the issue. Draws the defense in, and Thompson scores for 2. The drought is over.
Great job by Barfield, able to open it up by getting to the baseline for Dundalk. You can't just, there's too many eyes on the ball there that time, and they lost track of the open man.
Baldwin with a good look, misses the front of the rim. Barfield rebound. Euro steps to the cup and gets 2. That is the main game for Sincere Barfield. And Coach King and his staff is upset. They're calling a timeout as the lead is back to 7, as you see right here. Just no resistance whatsoever.
And that was a beautiful job by Barfield. But again, we talk about both teams now struggling with the transition defense. And both coaches now having to call a timeout because they're not happy with how their team handled the transition defense. So certainly that's going to be the message that the coaching staff are being like, you just got to get back on defense.
Get back.
Plain and simple. You saw Coach Smokeson of Howard. Man, he was really getting into it.
He was on fire. Steam was shooting out of the ears after that 3 by Easy on that timeout. He's not pleased at all.
Slightly more subdued from the Dundalk coaching staff, but still, I have a feeling that the message was similar.
Wow, there's a lot of emotion. This is a big game. Both teams here undefeated in the Region 20. 3-0 for Howard, 2-0 for Dundalk. An early season treat as we get ready to put our feet at the dinner Thanksgiving table.
Yeah, it's almost a shame this is so early. That's what you want to see in February, not in November.
Absolutely. Kaji loses the handle, stolen away, recovered by McDuffie. And Juan Bell brings it up with just 8:40 left here. First half, 7-point advantage for the Dragons. McDuffie cuts. Harville hands it off to Bell. He drives to his left. And great defense there without fouling by Randolph and Kaji. 10 on the shot clock. Thompson, step back, shot, pure. Nice look by Evan Thompson.
Beautiful look from Thompson. That was just one of those moves where he threatened to go inside, step back. That was just one-on-one, and he took advantage and won.
Baldwin drives, gets his pocket picked by Barfield, but the official thought otherwise.
Howard coaching staff was just going irate. They thought that it was a lead of the forearm right there.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, forearm shiver there to create some space.
Baldwin will inbound under the basket. 8:14 left. Looking, kicks it out to Obasi. Draws the defense in, kicks it out to Randolph. He'll reset. Guarded by Thompson. Dribbles to his right. Obasi with the screen. Hall, easy, drives, Euro step, kicks it out to Baldwin. A little off target. 3, long, rebound by Bell.
Good job by Easy. Again, he was able to get the ball, cut inside. Honestly, that one, I think he should have shot it. He had the space there to take it.
McDuffie skies off the pass and draws the foul. So McDuffie getting back onto the stat sheet. First time we've seen him touch the ball for quite some time. Got a media timeout here. It's 7:44 left. First half, 21-12 lead for Howard. Duffy at the line here, shooting 2. 7:44 left here in the first half. Swish is the first. Lead back to double digits.
McDuffie, second leading scorer in the team with almost 14 points a game.
takes the leading scorer mantle for this with 5 in this game alone. 7:35 left, 23-12 the score. Double-digit lead for the Dragons. Burheim for 3, short, Hall in the right place. With the rebound, kicks it out to Obasi. Easy, gets Barfield. Rises, fires, misses. McDuffie skies for the board.
And again, we saw a second chance opportunity. The Dragons, one of the keys of the game was just taking care of their defensive glass, and Dundalk has been getting their offensive rebounds, just hasn't really been taking advantage of it. Haven't gotten the second chance points that they really relied on to beat Potomac State.
Got a foul away from the basketball. That's on Burhan, Walter Burhan, number 10.
Have to wonder if that was part of what was happening earlier, where Dundalk was losing track of their marks off the ball, and now they're really trying to do a better job. But now, and there's another one. Yeah, I was going to say, Easy was holding all over Harville there.
That's the second personal on Easy. 14 fouls for Dundalk, 3 for the Dragons.
And that's going to force Easy to the bench. So it's a silly foul right there, honestly, because with a dead ball foul to get your second foul, now sitting on the bench likely for the rest of the first half.
Harville over to McDuffie. Guarded by Obasi, tipped away. Harville gets it back. McDuffie. Shot clock at 10. McDuffie drives in the paint, gets his shot blocked, but is able to draw yet another foul, continuing to press the issue in the paint.
And that's one of those plays where there's nothing going for Howard. McDuffie was kind of trapped in the corner. He was trying to play a two-man game with Harville, and Harville was struggling to really get his footing.
Yeah.
So with the shot clock running down, McDuffie says, all right, it's my time again, and he just goes to the basket, gets the free throw line again. This is his third trip to the charity stripe in this game already, and it's one of those things that you just sometimes you need a player to step up. You know, shot clock's running down. He's got the ball. That's where the sophomore leadership comes in for McDuffie, where he's like, all right, ball's in my hand. I'm going to go make a play for my team right now.
We got VFR number 21 in the game for Dundalk. Number 11, Simmons and Baldwin back onto the floor.
Right now, you've got some of the top scorers for the Lions on the bench right now. So who's going to step up for Dundalk to try to cut into this lead before halftime?
Duffy with 8 points, 6 of 6 from the line, stretching their lead back to 13. Baldwin to Simmons, drives to his left, smoothly lays it in for 2.
Howard went back to a man-to-man zone right there, and Lions were licking their chops on that one. As soon as, Simmons saw that, he just immediately went to the bucket, got around his man, and was able to turn the corner.
And the zone broken and almost stuck in by Harville, but again able to draw the fouls. The fouls here piling up for the Lions.
That was just a great job by Thompson. As soon as he caught the ball, he turned and looked, and he saw Harville was making the move and made a good, accurate pass there. But it's one of those things where you turn, you have to have that split-second decision. Am I going to drive to the basket? Am I going to take the shot? Am I going to pass? And a lot of scrutiny can come if you make the wrong decision, but certainly there it looked like he made a good one.
Cedric Harville at the Lions, we talked about in the broadcast, a strong rebounding effort in the first half of the last game on Saturday. He's erased a few shots here today. We talked about his length.
Harville, not necessarily the man you want on the free throw line, though. Just 53% on the year. Keeps up with a 1 for 2, though.
You split the pair. 26-14 is our score. Here the Dragons layer. Baldwin, Simmons. Drives again to his left, spins, up and under. And just the same as last time, just even more impressive footwork.
Did we just watch a replay in real life right there?
We must be in a simulation.
Like you said, it was exactly the same as the one before, and Simmons again.
$10-point deficit. VFR and Harville fighting in the paint.
I was just going to say the same thing. Yeah, there's some jockeying for position there going on.
He's got it out the corner. McDuffie stripped, but unfortunately, a little too handsy there for Alex Kaji.
That's going to be Kaji's second foul in as many minutes here, so we'll have to see if he has to go to the bench as well. It was a good idea. As soon as McDuffie caught the ball in the block there, Kaji came down for the double team. It was a good thought. It just got a little bit too handy. Yeah, just came in slapping rather than trying to just collapse it on him and just take away the space from McDuffie.
McDuffie at the line. Continues to hot streak at the free throw line, now 7 of 7. Move 2.
Those 8 points from the free throw line making a big difference in this game right now.
Huge.
All because of the aggressiveness of McDuffie to earn those free throws.
Simmons.
What a surprise. Howard's back in his own defense.
Spurhan kicks over to Juan Turner. Pump fake. Shot clock at 7. VFR. Simmons. Shot clock at 4. He's got to put it up. He's trapped. 1. And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
What a good job there by the zone defense. So Hindman actually had to come up top to take away the three-pointer. Harville slid over to take over. And then I believe it was Bell who slid under to try to fill the spots. So they're rotating spots to make sure that the zone is never having too many holes in there.
Juan Bell presses the issue and is able to Barfield is able to draw the foul. He's going to go to the line for 2 there. Looks like they're going to call that on VFR. So the foul's continuing to pile up here for the Lions.
Looks like that previous foul on the last play was not Kaji. They gave it to Baldwin. So fortunate for the Lions that Kaji's still with 1 foul in there.
And the bonus here for the Dragons as Barfield misses the front end of the 1-1. So victory, small victory there for the Lions. 4:45 left. First half. Simmons. Over to Burhan. Turner from the foul line. Gets the shooter's roll. He's on the scorecard. Juan Turner.
And that was a great job from Dundalk, looking off the man in the middle to try to spread the defense out a little bit, and that gave him a little bit more room so that he could turn and just catch and shoot on the elbow there.
Hindman cannot convert on a 3. Juan Bell, right place, time for the rebound. Barfield.
That's not the man you leave open.
And a rare miss from Barfield, one of the best looks he's had all year. Transition, Burhan kicks it out. Simmons for 3. Great look, can't convert. Harville corrals it. And a jump ball, active hands there by Turner. And that's going to stay here with Dundalk.
And another one where the Howard coaching staff is not happy with that, but I will say he's got to do a better job of protecting the ball.
Yes.
He's still putting the ball out too far there. If you just try to clear out your space rather than keeping it high, you got to keep it lower there, and then you can try to find somebody to dump it off to.
Got ourselves immediate timeout here with 3:56 left. Howard up on Dundalk, 29-18. Simmons will inbound under the basket. Burhan has the inbound. Over to Kaji. Drives, baseline, and is able to draw the foul there on Hyndman.
Honestly, though, that's probably a good foul if you're the Dragons right now, because Kaji had the inside position. He was going to score that basketball, and Hyndman instead just held on to him. Plenty of fouls to give there for Howard. No reason giving up a layup at that point.
And Kaji off the inbound to Hyndman. I'm sorry, to Burhan. In the paint to Kaji. Drawing the defense in. Simmons rolls. Foul line shot is off. Second chance. Can he hit it? And he hits it.
Yeah, you can't give Simmons two chances from that spot. He's going to make one of them. I promise you that.
Says sitting at 6 points. Now tied for the lead with the team leader. As we're down to 9-point deficit for the Lions. Bell over to Jake Tillman. Harville. Viafara and Hyndman fight in the paint. Bell drives. Good look. Harville, second chance. No. Third chance. Gets the foul.
And you mentioned Hyndman posting up there, and that's one of the parts of this Mike Smokinson Howard offense is different players get opportunities to post up if they have a match that they like. It doesn't just have to be the big guys. Trying to create different mismatch opportunities, and right there, Hyndman did a good job of not only boxing out to create more space in the paint, but allowed for Harville to come in there, get the offensive rebound.
Back onto the floor for the Dragons is Tajir Webster, number 12, and number 13, Richard Hall, back on the floor for Dundalk as VFR heads to the bench.
Harville 1 for 2 again.
1 for 2, 1 for 2. And Mexi's 2 for 4 in the game thus far. Lead back to 10. Burhan. Screen set by Hall. Tillman's able to get through it. Kaji at the top of the key. Turner drives, loses the basketball, and turns it over.
And I think that was one of those situations where Turner saw Harville in front of him and got a little bit too excited.
Yeah.
He was like, this is a guy I think I can get around. And just that first little step and just maybe a little bit got the ball too much in front of him. But his eyes lit up when he saw Harville and thought that, this far out, I can beat him one-on-one on the drive.
The lane was open.
Yes, it was.
And Baldwin trapping over there with Burhan. Harville gets his pocket pick. McDuffie, right place. And what a nice touch.
Perfect pass by Harville. Give him the assist. Knew what he was doing the whole time.
Might have been some butter from his Harville Oval popcorn right there.
But good job to stay with the play. Oh, look at that. Harville did get the assist. Good for him.
Teardrop. Baldwin can't convert. Kaji. And a little too aggressive. He's over the back. Going to get a foul on him. I think that's going to be his second.
They will get Kaji that time, yeah. And that is looking like it's going to send him to the bench.
And that's been a real bugaboo here for the Lions. Is now they're 10 fouls. Here in the double bonus. So the rest of the way, it's 2 free throws. It's Tajir Webster at the line for this first time tonight.
And that's one of those ones that just are going to irate the coaching staff. You've got the ball down on your offensive side for Dundalk. You're fighting for a rebound. You get a little bit too pushy. Next thing you know, you're giving up free throws on the opposite end of the court. Yeah, certainly. And that's where giving up 10 fouls in the first half, you don't want to see your team get into foul trouble and allow that opportunity to happen.
Webster missing the first free throw is Ahmad Bennett, number 23 in the game for Dundalk. 1 of 2 on the trip. Continue to split free throws his last couple of sessions here for Howard. 2:10 left in the first half. Here the Dragons lair. Up 13. Simmons, 3. Misses. Juan Bell with the rebound. It's guarded full court by Hall. Going to reset. Tillman. Obasi and Harville fighting in the paint. And a float. And it hits the rim and is still there by the Lions. Simmons. Bennett. 3. Catch and fire. Hits the 3.
I was just going to talk about how Dundalk is struggling from three-point range. They were 1 of 13 from three-point range before that shot for a team that's shooting 39% from three-point range this year. So that's certainly a big one to help get the confidence back.
Just the lid has been on the basket from downtown. Tillman misses on the three, trying to answer right back. Obasi has it over to Baldwin. Kicks it out to Bennett. Tries hand the three again. He's long. Richard Hall able to get the rebound. Simmons. Baldwin. Screen set by Obasi. Draws the defense in. Drives the lane. Left hand. And can't get it, but he's going to go to the line for two.
Right now, Howard just not quite looking themselves. Dundalk starting to throw them off a little bit. And something about Howard, they're just losing their composure a little bit right now. And there's no reason to when you have a double-digit lead and then you start getting away from your game. That shot by Tillman on the offensive side, a little bit forced up. Didn't need it. You had plenty of time in the shot clock. Coming down the other way, not getting into your defensive formation, not really showing that composure that the Dragons have been famous for defensively. And, despite the lead, I feel like Coach Smelkinson's going to go into the halftime locker room and have some strong words for his team.
And Baldwin nails both free throws as the deficit is back under single digits with 45 seconds left. Bell picks up his dribble over to McDuffie. Baldwin on the defense. Setting up the play. Harville pass tip, but he gets it back. Bell, tough bucket against the taller Simmons, and he scores.
What a play by Harville there. As he had that pass contested. It was bobbling around. He was able to snag it away, turn and make a really good pass to open up that shot.
Simmons out of control, misses. Jasper Hanna with the rebound. He's got numbers. Euro steps high up, and misses. Rebound. Obasi, shot clock at 7. Simmons hands it off to Bennett. Pump fake. 3, 2, 1. Shot's got to go up. Simmons at the horn. No. Crazy sequence there at the end is the Dragons are up on the Lions 35-25 here in the first half.
Again, I'll say it again. Howard goes into the locker room with a 10-point lead, but for the last couple of minutes there, it's going to feel like it's not going to feel like they have a 10-point lead, and they certainly have a lot of things that they're going to want to clean up. For Dundalk, you have to honestly feel pretty good. I know you're down by 10, but you haven't been hitting the three-point shots that you normally would. A couple adjustments, a couple of those shots fall, and this game is going to end up being a lot closer, and I imagine the second half we'll see more of that.
Yeah, it's a great job by here the Howard Dragons and the Lions. Both teams they're starting to feel each other out. We'll see who will have the upper hand here in the second half. 35-25 is our score. Tim Toon Jr., Mark Winkle. We'll see you back in 15. Back live here with 1:20 left before we start the second half. Looking at some first half stats. An advantage for the Dragons, clearly at the free throw line. 12 of 16, 18 for 13, almost about even in the rebounding department. But the biggest disparity here is the free throws. I'm sorry, it's the three-point shooting. 2 of 16 for Dundalk. 1 of 4, a little efficient. Dragons.
How about Dundalk taking 34 shots in that first half? Howard only taking 22, and yet Howard's the one with the 10-point lead. Both teams doing a good job of handling the ball. Not many turnovers, 4 for Dundalk, 5 for Howard, so both are taking care of the ball well. But yeah, just it's the efficiency, like you said. 10 of 34 from the field for Dundalk, 2 of 16 from three-point. They just you can't win with that.
Yeah.
Howard 50% from the field, and the free throws, but also surprisingly 18 to 13 in favor of Howard for rebounding. And again, a lot of that has to do with those missed shots of Dundalk.
And starting on the second half is the Dragons. Thompson inbounding it over to Bell. Guarded by Randolph. Over to McDuffie.
Bell played all 20 minutes in that first half. Clearly, the Howard coaching staff happy with what he's been bringing to the table so far.
He finds McDuffie just outside the foul line. Is short. Hyman can't get the rebound. Simmons has it. He had 6 points. Over to Easy for 3. It's in front of the rim. Hyman rebound.
They get 2 of 17 from three-point range on the game. And again, a good job by Howard. They're doing their job defensively on the glass. They have to keep doing that.
VFR fighting with Hyman in the paint. Harville to Bell. Back over to Thompson. Drives to his right. McDuffie and his favorite spot right outside the free throw line. He's short. Rebound Easy. Over to Randolph. Kicks it to VFR. Baseline. Can't convert. Great defense there by Harville as Thompson bounce passes it over to Bell.
And Randolph just hesitated a little bit as soon as he caught the ball. Villafara hesitated a little bit as soon as he caught the ball. If he had gone straight up as soon as he had, I think he had a better chance with it. But instead, it took that little half-second hesitation. And
Thompson drives and glides with the right hand for 2.
That's just a beautiful play from Thompson. It's nearly unguardable because when you go into the basket like that, you can't really block it because the rim is basically protecting you from the ball being blocked. And it just, when you have a reverse like that, it's beautiful play.
Kaji has it at the foul line. Finds VFR. Good look. And the iron unkind to him. And looks like that's going to be a foul there on the Lions.
I believe it was just hit out of bounds there.
Hit out of bounds, my apologies.
And that time VFR did just go catch and shoot and went right up with it and just a little bit short on that. And he
had a tremendous look.
Yeah, and he certainly is not going to be happy with the look he's going to have now sitting on the bench.
And in his place is Alex Obasi, number 4. Spell guarded full court there by Jordan Randolph. Harrell flashes out to the left wing. Bell. McDuffie fighting through screens, drives to his right, and again, presses the issue, is going to go to the line for 2. First one of the half.
Talk again about the off-ball movement. Watch McDuffie come off the couple of screens right there. There's 2 screens. That's Hyman and Harville, and he just split right between them, got the opportunity to catch the ball, turn and look towards the basket, and attacked. And how many times have we said today so far, McDuffie attacks the basket and gets the free throw line?
Swishes it. Continues his strong effort at the free throw line. Now 9 of 9. As we got a substitution, Richard Hall, number 13 in the game for Kaji.
I mean, you keep talking about how this is a spot when the ball is in play. Why not have it be a spot when the ball is dead too?
How about that 10 for 10?
He looks very comfortable anytime he's got the ball in his hands right there.
It's very reminiscent of the first game of the year against Tidewater. He just continued to pound and drive the lane, and his free throw numbers are about the same. He's about 7 for 7 at the first half of that game.
It's just that ability to play fast but not look like you are, to stay in control at all times.
And Victor Easy back on the stat sheet. They're going to need a big lift from him if they want to continue to get back into this game.
Yeah, Easy's going to have to get really hot in this second half. The Lions need him to just find any way to get on that score sheet.
Simmons and Harville fighting in the paint. Bell finds a cutting McDuffie. Pump fake. Draws the foul. And one. Miles and miles, Mr. McDuffie.
And again, we talk about McDuffie's composure. He did the pump fake. Watch this. Gets the ball underneath. A great pass there from Bell. Pump fake right there. Gets the guy to go up. And there's a couple of guys going through him, but he kept composed, able to find a way around all of those bodies and still laid it in. An incredible play from McDuffie. Incredible game for McDuffie so far.
Another swish now. He's got 17 points. As the Dragons lead is at 15. Baldwin over to Hall. Easy pump fake. Feet left the ground and loses it, turns it over. Juan Bell against Obasi and draws the foul. Dragons are continue to put their foot on the gas here.
And this is what Howard does so well, is that they force the issue and they're forcing Dundalk to have to foul. Because right now that Dundalk transition right there wasn't quick enough. They weren't in good enough position, and they were forced to either give up the easy layup or give up the foul. But Dundalk, they've just been fouling way too much. It's so far 13-5 in terms of fouls between these two teams in this game.
And an empty trip there for Bell. 16:50 in the second half. Baldwin to Hall. Over to Obasi. Lane's tight here in the zone. Randolph, Baldwin, pump fake. Sets back shot clock at 7. Randolph, Hezzy drives up high and answers with the right hand. Jordan Randolph.
And that's just a tough play from a really good player, Randolph. We saw him go crazy against Potomac State. His first points of the game here in the second half coming for Randolph, but certainly it's a player where you got to keep an eye on number 2 because he is a guy who can score in bunches once he's feeling it.
Absolutely, and there's Obasi. Almost got the steal there from Harville. Shot clock at 10. Bell, pocket picked by Easy. Hall just so, my goodness, lost the footing and travels.
Yeah, look at Easy. He's going like, why aren't you passing it to me? He had the better look at it right there, and just wondering, why not me? Like, I'm sitting right there. I have the wide open look.
A tough look as we got a media timeout here with 15:57 left. Dragons up 13 on the lines.
Is this a basketball game or a dance party here tonight?
That's a hot one there. Katy Perry getting the production booth fired up. Isaac is feeling it down on the floor, as well as some of the fans here in the front row.
Who doesn't want to watch Isaac Donsky dance down there?
Truly a sight.
That's primetime television.
A primetime game. Here's 15:45 left here in the second half. Dragons up 13. Hyman out on the key. Float over to Thompson. In rhythm for 3. What a stroke.
And that's another staple of the Mike Smelkinson offense where they love to work from one side and then do the skip pass across and find the open space. Again, off-ball movement coming off the screen.
And a little lazy with the basketball. Hyman with the steal of Baldwin. Barfield with a dive, and McDuffie finishes.
That's just a crazy good pass. Like, there's no other analysis you need to say.
Yeah.
That's just a great pass from Barfield.
The backspin on that was fantastic. Baldwin misses on the shot. Hall, second chance, gets his first 2 of the game. Richard Hall.
For Hall, that's his 4th offensive rebound from the game. Not the guy that you necessarily expect to get all the offensive rebounds, but he has been attacking that glass.
Lineman over to McDuffie. Back out to Barfield. Coach Snuggleson has them to clear out. Hyndman at the foul line. Little strong. Harville rebound. Right hand. Top court is good. Look, I mean, just display of this. That's just a lot of length, a lot of arms.
Harvo's got a lot of wings, but if you're the Dundalk staff, you are not happy with the fact that there were 4 black shirts around that ball and none of them boxed out on Harville.
Advantage from long range misses. Alex Obasi with the rebound and drawing the foul on Harville.
Just watch this. That's a great job there. And Harville, he came down with the hands, and he didn't need to because he had help in the middle. All he had to do was just stay upright there, and he had it. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially with how long his arms are. You're gonna hit something. It's probably gonna be another person's arm with how long those things are. My goodness, his wingspan is just so impressive. But he's also athletic too. He can get up and down that court. Like he's a player that you can use in a lot of ways for Howard, and that's why he's been getting more and more playing time as the season's been going on.
Bossi misses the first free throw. And misses the second one, and Harville with the rebound.
Sincere Barfield, a player that has been such a great scorer for this team all year long and for his whole career, hasn't really gotten it going yet. Seeming content to be a distributor more in this game so far.
Duffy tried his hand 3, missed. Rebound by BFR. Randolph goes baseline, and a little charge there.
So that's a tough one to call for the referee because it does look like he kind of led with the shoulder there, but at the same time, Barfield did not have his feet set at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
But you could argue there was a little bit of a shove, but
they're calling that, and I see what you're saying.
Just a little bit.
That's just such a tough play because, again, you might see the arm coming through, but there's just no set feet from Barfield whatsoever, and typically that's where the block is going to be called when the feet aren't sent.
McDuffie in amongst the trees of the lines, and he misses. Last touched by Dundalk. I have it with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Make it 20.
Oh, 20?
Yeah, I think the referees are getting together now to talk about that exact issue to see. I believe that shot did hit the rim, so 20. Oh, no, they are pointing back. Look at you. Yeah. You're all over it.
Ooh.
How dare I try to correct you?
Hey, it's okay. It's a partnership.
Put me in the penalty box. 2 minutes.
Barfield inbound and underneath with 9 seconds on the shot clock. McDuffie guarded by Hall. McDuffie backing in. Bully basketball. Great look. Can't finish. Harville had it, but stolen away by Easy. Looking. Simmons thought about it. Drives. Kicks it out the Hall. To Easy. Nice recovery there by the Dragons. And a bump there by Harville. She picks up 2 quick fouls in as many possessions.
First Simmons, he's 0 for 6 from three-point range in this game. He's been shooting 54% from three-point range all year long, and have to wonder on that last possession, he had the chance to pull up there on the fast break if a little bit of hesitation because he's not feeling it today.
And a little miscommunication there on the inbound and turnover here for Dundalk.
Yeah, we talked earlier about how Dundalk's been doing a good job of limiting the turnovers. I believe that's only their 5th turnover of the game.
Thompson over to Barfield. Dalton and Easy fighting in the paint. Thompson.
We didn't see much of Dalton in the first half.
Barfield glides up high, misses. Dalton can't control it, and he's off him out of bounds.
Mentioned before about how good of a game Dalton had it in his last one.
Right.
And he only played 2 minutes in the first half and looking to try to make a little bit more of an impact here in the second half. Stay on the coach's good side.
2-3 zone here for Howard. Bossy to Easy. Back out to Simmons. Pump fake. Obasi right from the foul line. And the iron unkind, and that's going to be a goaltend because it was still on the cylinder there.
And again, I have to say, once again, you saw Simmons with a chance to pull up there and hesitate again. It was a good play. He ended up driving in, made a good pass. Nothing against the play, whatever, but I just feel like that's a play where if Simmons was shooting a little bit hotter, he would let that thing go because he is a very good three-point shooter, and just right now, that 0 for 6 has got to be on his mind.
Thompson over to Hyman. Back to Thompson. Down screen by McDuffie. Stops, kicks it. Hyman for 3. He's long. Dalton with the rebound. Hyman. Thompson drives, collapse, right hand. What a drive by Evan Thompson.
Thompson is just one of those players. He has been stepping up more and more. He has the ability to hit the outside shots, but he's showing the aggressiveness to go towards the rim more and more as the season goes.
Easy misses a 3. Alex Obasi gets the rebound, and he's going to go wide for 2.
And that's a really important play for Obasi to get in there and fight for that offensive rebound. Game is starting to slip away from the Lions, and for him to just go and do the effort play. You know, the shots aren't falling for the Lions right now, so what do? You make up for it with effort. Obasi did it right there.
That's really a big part of his DNA in his game is Obasi's energy and effort, just living around the glass with the rebounds. Looks like he's starting to get his feet back as after he missed a couple of games to start the year. But that is our score here, 51-31, 20-point advantage. We'll be right back after the break. .46 left in the second half. Alex Obasi at the line for a 2. Still searching for his first points of the contest. And hits it right there. Wishes both 51-33.
Keep talking about it. If Dundalk is going to come back in this game, it's going to have to come from somebody just jump-starting it. Like, who's going to be the match that's really going to just ignite this team, this offense that we know can put up a lot of points.
Baseline McDuffie. Thompson misses the 3. Tipped out. Hustle by Richard Hall. Spins. He's got numbers. Over to Simmons. Obasi drives. Pro hop in the paint. Float game. Short. Tries to get the rebound. Over to Barfield. He's got numbers. Drives to his right. And in over 6'7" via far.
Steve Thompson was wondering why he's not getting the pass there, but actually his play actually opened up the play for Barfield to open up because all the attention was on Thompson thinking that he was going to get the pass.
And swinging around the key. Victor Easy can't hit the 3. Thompson with the rebound. And the cold shooting from three-point land continues for Dundalk.
Yeah, the Lions are going to look back and think that, man, if just a few more of those shots went in, especially earlier on in the game, how much different this would look.
Dalton drives strong to his right. Shot altered by VFR. Barfield able to grab the rebound. Shot clock at 3. Shot is up. Misses. Obasi rebound.
Good defensive stand for the Lions as they were able to hold through a couple of different shot opportunities.
Richard Hall tries his hand at 3, and he cashes in. The smooth shooting lefty, Richard Hall.
I've been impressed with Hall. He's been fighting for his rebounds. That's only I believe, his third shot of the game that he's taken, but he's trying to do all the little things and has earned the right to be on that court to be able to get that shot off, and a nice one there.
Hall with a nice, well-rounded game. Even for his size, he has great energy and a great rebounder. And it's pass almost stolen away by Simmons, recovered by Barfield. McDuffie back in the paint. Shot might have been blocked by Viafar. Easy with the steal.
Dundalk is doing a much better job defensively of staying intact.
And there it is in rhythm. Victor Easy for 3. And a timeout by Coach Byron King. Deficit is at 14. Maybe that's a ball that will able to get them rolling here. Still a lot of time, only 9:35 left, so if they can continue to make some stops and creep back into this game, maybe if Easy gets hot, Obasi and Richard Hall, as we see.
And I promise you, anybody in this arena who knows that this game is not over, it is the Howard coaching staff, and they're going to their team right now saying, you guys think that you're up 20 and you can just sit back and make it easy. Promise you, Dundalk is not feeling that way. The Dundalk still feels comfortable and confident that they can come back in here. And yeah, that three-pointer from Easy is going to change a lot of minds in here right now. Just all it takes is just hitting a few more of those. Next thing you're going to look up at the score again the way we did a couple minutes ago. It's like, man, Howard got up by 20. How did that happen?
Yeah.
You're going to look up again, blink, and be like, oh man, it's a 5-point game if you just throw Howard again. I hate to be a broken record. Keep getting back to play your game. You have time on your side. You got the score on your side. Don't let it get out of control. Be composed. Slow the game down. Work through your entire offense. And defensively, don't let the Lions get into that kind of rhythm.
Right.
I will say I'm shocked not to see Easy come out on the court here.
Yeah, that's a little surprising. That ball, the 5 on the floor for the Lions. We got Baldwin, Randolph, Hall, Kaji, and Turner. 5 on the floor for the Dragons. We got Thompson, Barfield, McDuffie, Dalton, and number 21, Nehemiah Smith. Is Dalton, kicks it out to Barfield. To McDuffie. Back to Dalton. Pro hop, shot missed, rebound by Hall.
The Lions mixing up right now. They went with a 2-3 zone defense there and got another defensive stand.
Randolph. Throwing the defense in. Float game is good. Jordan Randolph. 12-point game.
Randolph can score in bunches, and he's got that outside shot that we know is capable of. Howard must be capable of knowing it too, because they really bid on the 3-point.
Barfield practically from the parking lot with that 3 silences the run.
And that's what Howard needed, is to do exactly that, to try to slow down that momentum, and Barfield is just the guy to do it.
And miscommunication there between Baldwin and Randolph on the turnover. And Simmons will come right in there as we go on replays. Barfield says, I'm just going to stop and pop and knock down the 3. I think that wrist is fine.
And that's what happens when you go to that zone defense, is that quick passing opens up opportunities because you're not playing man. And they're going to try it once again.
And rebound by Kaji as he's able to strong arm it from Harville. Simmons. Randolph. Turner cutting at the foul line. Simmons. Guarded by Barfield. Shot clock at 10. Randolph drives again. It gets Harville. Great alteration. Rebound, McDuffie.
Yeah, and that time Harville did go straight up with his body, and a beautiful job there. Body control. Not trying to go into him at all. Just straight up and made it uncomfortable.
Barfield, Hezzy gets this shot. Looked to be blocked. It looks like Kaji had too much wrist on that.
Looking at the replay here, yeah, Barfield, because he just, and the problem for the referees is anytime you see the hand come down like that, you're already itching to call that foul, because they're taught to go straight up. So if you see that arm come down, even if you get all ball, sometimes the referees just want to make that call because it's just a dangerous play to see that arm come down in that fashion.
They got immediate timeout here. Dragons up 15 with 7:54 left as we're being serenaded by the tunes of Kendrick Lamar. Be right back. Back on the floor after the media timeout. 15-point advantage for Howard on Dundalk. Barfield at the line for 2.
Again, going back to that last play, the three-point ability of Barfield opening up the play. If you're Dundalk, you have to respect the fact that Barfield is going to make that unless you really bite on that. Good pump fake, able to drive the baseline. It's hard if you're Dundalk. Like, how do you guard a guy that you know can do both?
He's a slasher by trade, but has the ability to stroke it from downtown. It's Turner over guarded by Hindman. Randolph tipped away. He's got to give it up. Has it. Fighting for it is him and Harville.
That's got to be a travel. Yeah, there you go.
Travel.
Yeah. You can't roll around the court like that. That was a tough play, though, because it looked like he was trying to get it off, but look at that. Just surrounded by Howard players, but a good job by the Howard defense. Nobody really trying to go in too much, not trying to grab him, not trying to not bail him out with getting a foul there. Just stay in the area and just wait for him to make the mistake.
I think he was scattering because there was the flames. He's in the Dragons later. It's a little hot.
There's lava.
That's right. And Barfield, tough look, can't make it. Rebound, Randolph. Simmons drives to his left. Shot erased by Harville. Yeah. It's been a tough go here for Simmons, man.
He's just going to say the same thing. Simmons just can't find any rhythm. Can't find three-point shot. Tries to get inside, which is exactly what you're supposed to do when you're not feeling the three-point shot, and then just have it stuffed right back in you by a guy with an 8-foot wingspan.
Bell over to Hyman. Back out to Bell. Shot clock at 6. Hyman. 3 is long. Hits the top of the shot clock, so it's going to be Dundalk basketball. Re-entering the game for Dundalk. See on the replay, it looked like he just volleyball blocked that yeah.
I fully believe that if Howard Community College ever started a men's volleyball team, expect Harville to be on that squad.
Goodness.
Yeah.
He'll be like Wimbignani. He probably won't even have to jump that high. Just his wingspan is just so long.
The standing spike.
Did you see Wimbignani make that block the other day? He just against Charlie just put his hand up and he didn't leave the floor. Like that's unicorn-like activities. That's unfair.
There's something about guys who just make the game look easy. Make a really hard game look easy. That's just enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. As we have a jump ball staying here with Dundalk. Baldwin will inbound under the basket. Over to Randolph. He's wide open. Had a great look. He's going to go into the paint and get to the hard way with a foul on Webster.
And that's the same thing as Webster. If you watch this play, Webster had great positioning there. He just came down with his arms. If you just keep him straight up, just go straight up with your body, it's going to make it really hard for Randolph to make that shot, but also the referee's not going to call a foul on you.
And Randolph makes the first free throw. His first trip to the line. Sitting at 5 points. Now at 6.
Somebody's going to have to explain the logic of why Easy's not on the court right now. Okay, there he's going to the table right now. I don't understand how you have a player like that when you're trying to chase this game and not having that player of his ability on the court.
Especially here in the last quarter of the game here with 6 minutes. McDuffie spins and turns, misses. Obasi with a rebound, fighting with Webster. Got a hold of the arm.
And that's actually a really good call by the referee here, because as the players are going down, it looks like they're all going up for it, but you can tell that Webster has the arm cradled in his armpit and is holding him back. It's not an easy call to make from that angle, but it certainly was the right one.
6 minutes left. 14-point lead here for Howard. As Easy is back on the floor. Baldwin over to Villafara, finds a lane in the zone, and he scores 2. Christian Villafara.
And we saw Villafara struggle with that exact play twice early in this half. That time, a really good job of making the right decision, right play, and laying it off the backboard.
And zone here for the Lions. Pump fake by Barfield. Cross court. Hyman in rhythm. Misses in the front rim. Randolph with the rebound. And a good recovery here by the Dragons. Randolph pressed the issue in a shot blocked there by Webster.
That time we saw Howard did get back in transition. A great job by Webster, another big man who runs the court so well to be in position to be able to block that shot away.
And inbounds to Easy. And a cutting Obasi, and gets it, and one. Alex Obasi.
This is just a well-done play by Obasi. The movement off the ball. Easy is in a little bit of trouble there, but look at Obasi just come out of nowhere from the wing. Good job by Easy to put the ball right in the spot where he could just go straight up with it, and Obasi did the rest.
You don't normally see an inbounds place that close under the basket like that. So it was great reaction by Obasi to recover. He missed the free throw. Tipped out to Barfield. Drives. Draws the defense in. Tipped away by Baldwin. Staying here. A little dangerous pass there by Barfield.
Yeah, it's a fortunate break. And again, keep talking about the fact that you're up by 10 points again. We talked the lead slipping away. You still got 5 minutes left in this game. Why are you forcing it? Like, there's no reason to force that play there. You didn't have the numbers. And it's just a fortunate break for the Dragons.
5 minutes remaining. Crucial, precious minutes here on the defensive end here for Dundalk. Barfield. Bell. Easy and Harville. Fighting in the paint. Barfield from downtown. Misses the three. Harville gets the rebound and twirls around all around the rim. Might have gotten away with a shove there.
Maybe, but you know what? I could go back and watch that entire possession and just watch Harville the whole time. He was trying to work for the inside position the whole time and ended up being in a perfect spot for the offensive rebound. He had to fight for it, but just the effort that he put in that entire possession. He wanted that ball. He didn't get it past you, but he earned the offensive rebound and a great job of put back.
And we see a lot of the big men for Dundalk have been getting very physical with Harville and a lot of the bigs, but got to give credit to Harville for showing some physicality and scoring there.
And you can tell he's not exactly built like Shaq, but he certainly has the ability to have the physicality in there.
Bell able to get past Kaji, can't finish, and Kaji with the rebound. Baldwin bringing it up the floor. Cut off there by Bell. He drives in. Got his pocket picked, recovers.
Travel.
And travel.
Yeah. If you're down on one knee with the ball, you can't get off of it. Again, just look at Harville going straight up. Man, I wouldn't want to shoot the ball either with that in my face.
I mean,
I don't blame him for trying to pass.
Your vision is obscured in such a, how can you even see the cylinder there? McDuffie. Over to Barfield with 3:55 left, 12-point advantage. Howard working around the key, trying to find the zone in the hole in the zone. Barfield, three in rhythm, misses. Hall and Easy for the rebound. Easy brings it up. Simmons back to Easy. Simmons, corner to Randolph. And unfortunately, looks like he had his foot on the line, and it's out of bounds. And these last few possessions, some tough turnovers here for the Lions. 3:22 left. Howard looking to close in on win number 5 here at home. Tim Tooten Jr., Mark Winkle will be right back. That's wild. 3:32 left. Inbounding it is Bell over to McDuffie. Back to Bell. Still a 12-point game here. 2-3 zone here for the Lions.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is seeing if they can try to make it so that they can create a turnover here. That zone defense will make it harder for Howard to be able to get inside.
Hyman misses a 3, and that's a win on the trip for the Lions. Randolph, the alley is there. The right hand can't finish. And he's going to go to the line for 2. Jordan Randolph already 2 for 2 from the line.
Howard's just 4 of 15 from three-point range themselves, so neither team is really enjoying a nice night from behind the arc. But again, that's what the zone defense does. It forces teams to basically have to take the three-point shot because you're packed in the middle. So if Howard's not going to be able to make those shots, that zone defense could continue to create stops for the Lions.
That first free throw rims in and out for Randolph. As Obasi and Hall are in the game for the Lions. Easy heads over to the bench. One of 2. Evan Thompson into the game for Howard.
This is going to be a big part of the end of the game now. Lions putting on the full court press. Howard traditionally has been pretty good about breaking the press, but this is a new year, and the Lions, with their athleticism and their tenacity, are going to be able to put on some pressure.
And Barfield able to break it, and there's the active hands by Richard Hall, able to get his hand in there. Hyman loses it all out of bounds. Great heady play there by Richard Hall.
One of the most dangerous things when you're in transition is that man behind you, because unless somebody's telling you that there's somebody on your back, you're thinking that you're just looking ahead, you're seeing what's ahead of you. You're not paying attention to that guy who can just get that little back tap.
That's right. Simmons, screen, easy. Randolph, good look. 3 is short. Obasi gets the rebound. Randolph has it, drives, gets the bigger Harville, can't finish. Hyman able to get the rebound.
Cannot say enough about how important Harville has been on this defensive side. He has made so many plays as the rim protecting defender in there.
A tough miss. That was a great look there by Randolph. Would have brought it back under the single digits. With every possession here being crucial for Dundalk. McDuffie finds a cutting Hyman. Shot is too strong. Kaji rebound.
McDuffie just getting inside the arc anytime he wants to in this game.
Easy misses the 3. 3-point shot continues to struggle here for Dundalk. As time continues to trickle away. Coach Spelkerton trying to milk this clock.
Lions actually did a good job of stopping fouling. They're only at 5 fouls here, so even if you want to try to foul to send out of the free throw line, it's going to take a couple.
Barfield missing the 3 from the parking lot. Simmons, easy.
Oh,
ooh.
That looked like friendly fire to me.
Not quite sure. Let's see what happened on the replay. Where was the... Oh, okay, it was shoved there by Kaji.
Yep, Kaji shoved McDuffie from behind, and that created the whole domino effect. And that is going to be 5th on Kaji.
Oh. A little bit of frustration there for Alex Kaji, who had a strong impact on the boards for this team in the first half. Tough way to see him go out there.
Kaji doesn't want to leave the court right now. Now he's figuring it out.
VFR will enter in his place.
So it should be, because that was only the 6th foul, so that should just be Howard basketball underneath the basket. Now there's some discussion with the referees about where it is. This is bizarre. Now, all right, the referee's like, it's right here. And Howard's just going to take a timeout. Really smart play by Coach Smelkinson, seeing that his team was just seeming like they were still arguing with the referee about what should be going on. And, yeah, just make sure that everybody's on the same page on this press break.
Timeout with 90 seconds left here. Howard up by 11. Barring some kind of a miracle, looks like they're in the driver's seat here for a win here.
And honestly, it's just in the end, you have to give all the credit to the Howard defense. This is a Dundalk team that just scored 80-some points, 84 I think it was, at Potomac State.
Yeah.
And then they come in here and they're currently sitting at 48. Like, that's an incredible defensive effort. Yeah, I mean, part of that is just the three-point shots not falling, but give all the credit there to Howard defense for just making it so uncomfortable for Dundalk to come into this place where Howard has made it just a fortress.
Absolutely.
And they've dominated at home ever since this building has opened up, and certainly that has not changed. Now, looks like the referees might be looking at the possibility of a flagrant foul, perhaps, on the back side of this.
See here.
As we see coming through, we're getting the replay here.
Kaji with the shove there.
I don't see it. I don't think there's anything malicious about it. It's definitely a foul. It's a little shorter, but there's nothing else in that for me. I think it should just stay as a common foul.
Right. It's not like there's like a forceful shove like with the elbow there.
And that is the ruling that we're getting from the table, is that is just going to stay a common foul.
And Juan Bell will inbound for the Dragons. Floats it, and too far. VFR with the steal. Drives, and one. Nice control there by VFR to get the basket there on Juan Bell.
Yeah, for Bell, that was just compounding mistakes right there. First of all, it was just not a good decision on the pass to float it through the middle there. But then also, if you're going to stand there and take a charge, you better have your feet set. He was falling backwards before the man even got there. And trust me, I don't blame him. VFR, he's a big guy. I wouldn't want to take a charge from him either. But
6'7".
If you're going to stand there and take the charge, you got to at least wait for the contact before you start falling backwards.
And he hits the free throw. 8-point lead for Howard.
This game is not over yet.
Not over. Still set up for the trap. McDuffie's got inbounded. And he's able to inbound to reach there on Obasi. He was getting dangerously close to that violation.
Yeah, that was very close to 5 seconds, and a good job to just get the ball inbounds and put it in a place where Thompson could get to it and nobody else. But yeah, Dundalk is putting on some really good full court pressure right now, just making it hard for Howard to even get the ball into the play.
Evan Thompson at the free throw line. Second leading scorer here tonight with 11 points. Very efficient 5 of 6 shooting. 3 dimes, 2 boards.
Thompson, a 72% free throw shooter on the season.
This being a 1-and-1, so he's got to make the front end. And gets the shooters rolled.
Hometown bounce.
From this angle, looked like that thing was going to go straight up and off, but maybe it's the flames in here. A little pressure being compounded.
A little bit of dragon breath.
He misses on that one. Misses on that one. 9-point advantage. Easy travels, and Coach King is beside himself.
I think we're going for the 3-man offense-defense rotation. Yeah, guy's going to have a full docket on his agenda for the next minute here, having to go back and forth the substitutions.
Thompson will inbound it. Gets it to Bell. And able to get past. And a foul on Jordan Randolph.
Good job by Bell there, just settling things down. He was always in control. Yeah, and you could even see the arm was out a little bit, and almost like
just a hair.
Created the contact, so may have gotten a little bit of a break getting that foul called. But again, the problem for the referees in that situation is you know that the defensive team might be looking to do the foul there, and they don't want to wait until something is like, all right, we have to really slug a guy to make sure that the foul is actually called. So they're trying to be a little bit sensitive on, okay, if there's contact, to call the foul to make sure it doesn't go overboard.
First free throw is good there for Bell. And second one is good.
Bell came in as just a 50% free throw shooter, so certainly that was good for him to get those numbers up on those 2 key free throws.
And an 11-point advantage as Heineman subs into the game for him. 1 minute left. Bennett, 3 misses. Rebound, McDuffie. And we are under a minute. Duffy able to get past Randolph. A little too much dribbling over to Barfield. Shot clock at 15. Easy, tight on McDuffie and a reach-in foul there.
Just so impressive. This is a Dundalk team that's receiving votes for national rankings. They're right in the mix on the national stage and getting noticed by how good they've been. And they come into this place and they've got 51 points on the board against this Howard team that had been on a losing streak. Before a couple of games ago, they were on a 4-game losing streak. And it's a defensive team. It's a program that has been built on defense winning championships, that has worked for them, continues to, and it's so impressive to see how year after year, especially in junior college, when there's so much turnover year to year.
Absolutely. Yes.
You never know if you're going to bring in a guy in, and if it's just going to be 1 year, and you have to try to develop them and get them to buy into that team. And they keep having that level of success with the same formula over and over, bringing in the right players, recruiting the right players, and making everything work.
McDuffie continues his torrid pace of the line. 13 for 13 from the charity stripe. And Harville with the deny. Hyman with the steal. And there it is again. The defense of Cedric Harville. Fingerprints all over this game today.
That is the cherry on top for that Howard defense. Right as we're talking, look at that. That's just so hard to do anything around. And Harville, beautifully timed. Again, it's not just having that length and that wingspan. The timing and the ability to go up at just the right time. And that was just great defense from him.
Free throw was good for Lorcan Hyman.
His 3rd block of the game.
All very emphatic ones, if you will. Both are good for Hyman. There's 30 seconds left here. Howard closing in. On a win here to remain undefeated at home. Turner for 3. He cashes in. And timeout, Coach King. 22.8 seconds left.
Lions are going to go to the bench right now being like, man, now the ball goes in the basket on those 3-pointers. Could use that a little earlier.
Yeah. back to what we were saying earlier, I think if they could have just hit on a few threes at a few moments, that could have really, as you say, striking the match, jump-starting the offense when the game was still close. They just couldn't hit their threes.
And certainly, this is a Dundalk team to keep an eye on for the rest of the season. I certainly believe that come playoff time, they're going to be a team that not only do most teams not want to see coming in, but they'll be one of those teams that are thought of as could go in, make a run. When we get to Chesapeake College for the Final Four, I would not be surprised for Dundalk to be one of those teams because they have the athleticism, they have the shooting, they've got the scoring, they've got the defense, they've got all the pieces they need.
Absolutely.
But certainly to be the best, you got to beat the best. And when you're going up against the defending champion Dragons, this is not the performance they wanted to have, but I can certainly see from their point of view why they might come out of this game thinking, you know what, maybe if we even go to a neutral court, we've got a good chance. We like our chance against these Dragons.
And the shot clock turned off, and there's the steal by Juan Turner. VFR drives to his right, and able to get a bump foul. And he's going to go to the line for two. We'll see here just a little bit about.
Yeah, that's just ill-advised pass from Thompson. You can't be doing a jump throw pass across the whole court. You know, it's like in football. You need to tell a quarterback never throw across your body to the middle of the field.
Oh, gosh.
That's just what Thompson did. He went across his body to the middle of the field, and bad things happen.
That only works for Patrick Mahomes, ladies and gentlemen. There's Christian VFR at the line here. Looking to convert the 1-on-1 and doesn't. And Heineman with the rebound. Bell has it. He's got to get it across court. And VFR with the steal. There's the pressure applied. VFR from the foul line. Short. Paul right there to clean up the mess.
Good assist. Give him the assist on that.
That's it here at the Dragons' lair. They defend home court and stay undefeated here in Region 20 play. They defeat the Dundalk Lions 66-56. And what was a highly contested contest here for the Lions. I mean the Dragons, excuse me.
There's a lot of eyes watching this game around the region, maybe even around the country, because this is a Dragons team that was preseason nationally ranked 10. As I mentioned, there's a Dundalk team that was receiving votes, so people were keeping an eye on this game because they wanted to see how these teams went up against two really good programs going up against each other. And yeah, I have to say again, I think home court advantage really had a factor here. I think Howard just they've made this place into the fortress that it is for Dundalk. Again, I can't say enough. If you go back and watch that Potomac State game, you'll see a team that can beat anybody, and that's just not quite the same team we saw tonight. Give credit to the Howard defense for making it uncomfortable, but keep an eye on this Dundalk team. They're going to be scary going forward.
Most certainly that'll be the case here. They move to 6-3 on the season, and the Howard Dragons move on to 6-4. Again, staying undefeated here at the Dragons' lair. Tim Toon Jr. here with Mark Winkle. Hopefully be able to join us for our next broadcast, which I believe is December the 2nd, against Hagerstown Community College. Sounding off here at the Lions. Sorry, not the Lions Den. The Dragons' lair. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. 66-56. Howard wins against Dundalk. Have a good night.